Well, hello, friends. Mark Holmes here. And as always, thank you guys for watching, commenting, subscribing, and being part of the Joe Boo Sports Report. Without you guys, this ain't working without you guys. So I appreciate you guys tuning in to try and help me get through this NFL offseason. And it sucks. I hate the fact that the season is over. And here we are on a Sunday that we would love to be sitting here watching football. We don't have any football to deal with. But I wanted to bring up something that's amazing to me because it's very rarely covered. We have thought about Dak Prescott's ankle in nauseum. Okay, there's a great picture with Dak Prescott yesterday that was being posted that you see him there getting his ankle, which we had heard was literally falling off from him getting flexibility and things doing. And it's actually really good because the things that I had heard seem to have all come true thus far. I had heard that Dak Prescott, of course, I told you guys about the ankle surgery, the second one, and that when he went to Dominican Republic, it was to kind of go get this vacation and get engaged and come back because his brother was going to be having his first nephew and things, and to start getting ready for the negotiations and getting ready for the season. Now, here's where it's interesting because we all know everything about Dak Prescott. Now, typically, players, will be playing through injury. You can't go through a 16-game schedule and not have some issues, and things have a tendency to build up. We know Amari Cooper, as soon as the season ended for the Cowboys, had his ankle worked on, basically a cleanup surgery. And generally speaking, you can have a cleanup type surgery, and usually it can be, and sometimes this is done during the season, can be a 2, 3 week, 4 week type of a recovery situation, unless it's a major type of an injury. Now, with Dak Prescott's ankle, they said the recovery is typically 4 to 6 months. Okay, so October, November, December, January, February, we're 4 months in on his recovery. Okay, 4 months in, we're 4 months in. And remember how much damage was done to his leg. I mean, you literally saw the bone sticking out, right? Completely broken. And you see where he's walking around without crutches and in healing and so forth and beginning to do more and more on it. That's in 4 months. So here's the thing that's kind of interesting, and I'd like to actually know more, is about Tom Brady, because we heard after the Super Bowl celebration that Tom Brady was going to have a clean out surgery on his knee, and that's typically kind of what I'm hoping that I'll get done next month for my right knee. It's less worse than the other one. The left one has got to have a complete knee joint replacement, which will be, a long, several months recovery. The clean out for mine is I've got some bone spurs that are in there, and they need to smooth out the meniscus and things like that. They'll go in with the scope, they'll do that smoothing and things, and it'll be about 3 weeks or so. That's a clean out surgery. Well, here's the thing with Tom Brady. They're talking about 4 months recovery time that he won't be able to do anything until June. So Tom Brady has had surgery that's beyond a normal clean out. When you talk about more than a month recovery on a clean out, it's not a clean out. That is some serious work that's being done. Now, we don't have any word what that work is, but again, to put that in perspective, when you think about Dak Prescott literally having the fractured leg, that ankle that had to have surgery on it, 4 months is the amount of time that he's been working so that that bone is healed and he's physically able to walk. We're talking about the same amount of time for Tom Brady's knee. So clearly there was more wrong with it than some bone spurs or smoothing out the meniscus. And so knowing that, now here's where it may not matter. It may not matter because more than likely they're going to be doing virtual reality workouts again like they did last year. And Tom Brady being the guy that he is, that he's basically the offensive coordinator and running the offense, it probably won't set him back as far as being ready for the season, provided that there's not more damage than we're thinking about. And the other part about this I'll say is as you get older, it's harder and harder to recover from these things. But it's kind of crazy that we heard it was a clean out. And now we're hearing about, without anything with it, a 4-month recovery. It's going to be interesting, to say the least. So that's what I got for you. Oh, I know what else I got for you. Oh, my God. I need y'all to just stop. I need y'all to stop with this stuff. I got a Facebook message with a question from Thomas. Let me ask you a question. How about signing Dak and trading Zeke? Can you say running backs don't have a long lifespan? Can we just stop with the whole okay, understand this. Understand this. The only way you can trade Dak Prescott is if Dak Prescott agrees with being traded to whatever situation it is. He is not a member of the Dallas Cowboys currently. The Cowboys can hold his rights. They have until a week from Tuesday to franchise tag them, which will prevent other teams from being able to bid on him unless it's a non-exclusive tag. In order to trade him, you cannot just trade Dak right now and say, you know what, we're trading Dak Prescott, unless you sign him to a contract, be it a franchise tag or a long-term contract. In which case, if you say we're going to trade you, he's got to sign the franchise tag and say, I'm willing to go to that team you're trading me to, which means you have to have a relationship with him that he's okay with saying, here we go. Now, you could put the non-exclusive tag on him and allow others to bid on him, in which case you could get some compensation back. You could do that. And I'm at the point of, how about we do that, Cowboys? You know, Cowboy fans are just like, Dak is not the answer. Dak's not the solution, even though I showed you that when Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson or last time Peyton Manning won the Super Bowl, they were all top 5 defenses. Top 5 defenses. So without those top 5 defenses, those guys aren't winning Super Bowls. Understand where our real problem lies. Now, you may think that Zeke Elliott, well, hey, man, let's get rid of Zeke. Okay, I'm going to say this much. Do you think that Zeke Elliott is literally going to drop off the face of the earth from this point out? Or do you think that when the offensive line is better, when a Tyron Smith, a Lyle Collins, or somebody we draft is in the lineup, that Zeke Elliott is still only going to have 900 yards rushing the football? Or do you think he'll pick it up a little bit? Do you think having Dak Prescott at quarterback with those wide receivers that we have that are clicking on all cylinders, and teams are going to be worried about having to double cover Amari Cooper or CeeDee Lamb, that will be having 8 men in the box all the time? I don't. I think Zeke Elliott will be getting back closer to form. He may never be a 1,500-yard back again, but he doesn't need to be in this offense. You get him at 1,200 yards a season, I'm good with that. Now, the other thing is, if you're talking about trading Zeke Elliott and Dak, do you think that Tony Pollard is the answer at running back? Tony Pollard is a change of pace back, but he's not ready to be an every down back for the Dallas Cowboys. Not the guy. So stop with this whole thing, because it's almost acidine when I keep thinking people say, trade Dak, trade Zeke, trade a pick, which are all things that are going to hurt your offense. And now you're going to need to replace a Zeke. All you got to do is write a check to Dak Prescott. You don't have to give up shit for Dak. You don't. You don't have to give up draft picks and hope that you can get somebody else that does what he does. Those draft picks and people that you're talking about giving up are things you can do for your defense to improve it. So please stop with all the crazy, well, we got to get Russell Wilson. you're still not winning the Super Bowl unless you fix the defense. And giving up more to try and get somebody else there ain't going to do it. It's just drives me crazy over and over and over again with the same nonsense. You don't need to trade your quarterback. You got an offense that works. If you can get a capable defense, you're winning. Period. I'll catch you guys later.